Alright, this is kind of difficult to do because we had a round 1 game 7 on the same day as a round 2 game 1, but I wanted to have some fun and try to predict the entire second round, probably 100% wrong. As of recording this right now, we're about 2 hours away from Carolina New York game 1. So I'm going to do my predictions for every series except who plays Colorado, and then tonight after the Vegas Dallas game, I'll do that one. But to you guys, it's all the same. It's going to be in the same video. I just want to let you know that I'm not cheating. Starting with Florida Boston, I don't think Florida's going to run away with this like I've seen some people predicting. I do think because Boston went all the way to overtime in game 7 and then 2 days later they have to play game 1 in Florida, like that's tough. I feel like they're going to be pretty tired, whereas Florida's been sitting waiting for them for an entire week. I feel like the Panthers might take that one handily, but I think the high emotion, high drama roller coaster the Bruins just went on with the Leafs, especially Pastrnak, Marchand, and even Montgomery, I think they learned a lot from that, and it's going to serve them well going into this series. And for days we heard people, mostly in Toronto, talking about, oh, is Boston going to blow it like they did against Florida last year? The relief of avoiding that and not making awful history in doing so, I just think Boston's going to be super determined to get revenge for last year. At the end of the day, though, I think Florida's just too good of a team. I think they're just going to take over despite a valiant effort from Boston. I think Florida takes it in 6, and the series MVP is Matthew Tkachuk. I think Rangers Hurricanes is going to be an absolute popcorn series. So much high skill and so many high quality players out there, plus a few guys who are not afraid to muck it up at all. It's going to be a ton of fun and I think pretty tight. My biggest question coming into this one is about the goalies. Is playoff Shesterkin actually in form, or is it just because he was playing Washington? I know he ended up finding his game down the stretch, but if we see early regular season Shesterkin, that could spell trouble for New York, especially against a team like Carolina. And on their side, Freddie Anderson has been solid, and honestly, if you look at his save percentage, he's been solid a lot in the playoffs, but he does have a tendency to let in that back-breaking goal at the absolute worst time, and this ain't the Islanders anymore. If you give the Rangers that kind of runway, it could be curtains. Easily. To me, that's the key to the series, and I just trust Shesterkin more in this situation. I do think it'll go back and forth, and I'm not ruling out the possibility that Pyotr Kochetkov could come in and pull a Joseph Wall for Carolina, but I just think at the end of the day, Shesterkin is going to step up more than whoever's in the Carolina net, and that's going to be the difference in the series. Rangers in 7, and the series MVP, Marek Malik. Nah, I'm just playing. Igor Shesterkin. Oh boy, a Vancouver-Edmonton playoff series. Are you kidding me? I think this one's going to be completely unhinged, and it's going to be awesome. Rick Tocchet mentioned it in his press conference a couple of days ago. Are they going to let them play, or is this going to be a penalty fest? Because that power play, especially right now, is just completely lethal. So if the refs decide to lay it on thick with the penalty calls, even if it's on both sides, I think it benefits Edmonton. I think that'll completely change the series from, hey, it's playoff hockey, we're going to let a ton of stuff go unless it's pretty egregious. And look, I love Artur Shelovs. I think the story is amazing. And not just that, I actually think he's going to be a pretty solid goalie in this league. But going up against McDavid and Draisaitl is a completely different beast than going up against Philip Forsberg and Ryan O'Reilly. Because Vancouver's a really good team, similar to Boston, I think they're going to put up a really good fight. I don't think it's going to be easy for Edmonton by any means, but even though the regular season went how it went, I just think the playoffs are a completely different animal, and the Oilers are just simply going to be too much for the Canucks, even if Demko comes back. Oilers in 6, and the series MVP, Leon Draisaitl. Alright, so it's Dallas against Colorado in round 2, and FYI, if it was Vegas versus Colorado, I would have picked picked the Avs to win. I'm on record saying I think the Stars are the most balanced team in the playoffs though, and even though they just went to 7, I still think that. After the Game 1 barn burner against the Jets, Georgiev played a lot better. I do think he'll give them a chance. And even if he doesn't, I think Justus Annunen is a really underrated goalie. But Jake Ottinger is just so on it right now. And even though Colorado has one of the best players in the world who's definitely going to make a difference in this series, the mix of Ottinger and net plus the depth on defense that they have, I think advantage Dallas. Not to mention up front, there's no Nathan McKinnon, sure, but with the way Wyatt Johnston's broken out this year, specifically in these playoffs, plus you've got the high flyers like Jason Robertson, Rupe Hintz, I'd even throw Logan Stankoven in there now. He's shown so much in his small sample size in the NHL. Plus you've got the veteran playoff performers, a lot of whom are clutch. Joe Pavelski, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Matt Duchene. Like if you have these guys in secondary scoring roles, you're cooking with absolute gas. I just don't think the Avs can match that without an elite goalie, even with Makar, McKinnon, Rantanen doing everything they can to keep them in the series. That being said, I think the winning pedigree of those guys takes the series to 7 where Dallas eventually wins. Series MVP? Jake Ottinger. Alright, you know the drill. Now I want to know yours. 4 series, tell me who wins and in how many games. You guys are absolutely awesome. It's been so much fun experiencing the playoffs with you. I honestly think this is going to be one of the best second rounds we've had in a while. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.